What is up? It is Wednesday,
Hey,
another episode on the inner circle. Again, if you are up a circle, you better hop right into the circle because we're about to give you the inside scoop on everything that has been happening this week.
yup. You know what time it is? Yo, I keep lagging. What is up today? What up, Michelle? Happy Wednesday. It's it's always a bumpy Wednesday. It's always something going on. But what is
Yeah.
up? We are here today with all our people.
It has been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. It has been hot out. People are acting crazy.
Yo,
Just craziness.
tell me about it. Mother Nature don't even know what she wants to do either. She's driving everybody crazy. You know what? I won't blame it on Mother Nature. One time it's cold, then it's hot, then you gotta throw a light jacket on, then it's pouring raining, then it's like gloomy. It's like, you know what? Mother Nature's making these people go crazy. Because people out here acting up. People don't know how to behave nowadays. So much going on. So much to talk about.
Listen, just yesterday, I swear, just yesterday, I was like on my way to the park to go bring my nieces and nephews and my son to the park. And I kid you not, I passed by like three different incidents. There was one incident where the fire department was there because someone crashed into another car. They got out the car, they started beating on each other. And then the other incident, there was a car in the middle of the road on top of rocks. And I'm just like, what is going on?
I don't know. I'm telling you, Mother Nature is making these people something's happening out there. I don't know what is going on. I was
Everybody's excited. That's what it is.
Everybody's excited. People are like sun's out. You know, people are just I don't know. I don't know why. That's it's crazy. Like I was telling you today about what was going on after you told me that story. I was telling you a freaking 31-year-old in North Providence stabbed his father in the throat.
That is ridiculous.
Stabbed his father in the throat. Crazy.
Ridiculous. Did they even put up like why he did it?
No, so right now he's not cooperating. It said, according to the I forgot what website. Sorry, I should have had it up. But yeah, um, yeah, they supposedly he's not cooperating. When they showed up to the scene, they found the guy stabbed in the throat and like I guess hit in the head or something. Like he had
Yeah.
a blunt to the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, some crazy shit.
I feel like when it's involved, like it's like a father son, like the situation where the son stabbed or cut his dad's throat type of deal. It's like that must have been like an intense argument. There must have been some like pre-events that brought him to that point because you don't stab your parents. Like what?
And if you do in
That's
the throat, like the I was reading the guy's in critical condition, like in the
Oh,
hospital. So it's like, yo, that's your father, and the guy was 63 years old.
yeah.
It's like, nah, I can't. It's just like, but
That
I'm
is
telling you, something is out there in the air because these people are acting up. Like,
Yes. And let me tell you, over the weekend, me and my boyfriend, we took the kids to the Museum of Ice Cream in New York. And we parked the car, but we also took the train station into where like the Museum of Ice Cream was because there's like a lot of traffic in that area and we knew that we wasn't gonna find parking. So on our way back from the Museum of Ice Cream, we were about to get into the subway and a lot of people are running up the stairs and they're like, hey, like we wouldn't go down there if we were like you because there's somebody down there with a knife and he's acting up. So we're like, okay, like we won't go down there, but we ended up going down another subway stairs and I guess it was connected to the subway stairs that guy told us not to go down there,
yeah,
right? So we looked around, it looked like everything was calm, whatever. So my boyfriend had the metro pass and he slid it and I was the first one to go in because I was like, I'd rather not have the kids go in before us just in case there is somebody there with a knife. But we
yeah.
checked it didn't look like no one was there with a knife. So I was the first one to go in, but then he like swiped the metro pass again and it wasn't allowing him to go because he had to put more money into it. So him and the kids went to the side and I'm like behind the bar, right? And out of nowhere, the guy that had the knife was sitting next to me and he gets up and he's like, F this place, they just took my money. I kid you not, I kid you not, the knife was like so long. He had this long ass knife, and as soon as I saw him get up, I went underneath the I don't know what it's called, this thing that spins around. I went underneath, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not standing over there because the guy with the knife is like literally right there. When I'm standing there saying telling them like I'm not gonna stand over there, he walks in through the door because there's like this exit door and he's passing by us and I'm like, yeah, the knife is right there. And I told the kids, I'm like, go to the other side.
Yeah.
And I my boyfriend's still trying to swipe the card to pay for the thing. I'm like, you gotta get yourself inside here before you get stabbed up.
He's like, I'm
And
minding my own business. You know what? If you mind your own business, they don't bother you. So I was just gonna keep walking like I don't see shit.
yeah, I had to like, and let me tell you, I'm not the type of person that does not pay for anything or like, steals or anything. And like, if it was a regular event and I was to go down, like try to sneak into like getting into the train without paying, I would feel really, really guilty. But in a time like this where there's somebody with a big knife and he's just drunk with a beer in his hand and just arguing with everybody, like, nah, like there's no time for this right now. Like it's our life or, type of deal. So I'm like pulling him, like, let's go to the side. And I pulled the door closed and I saw this lady come in and she's like looking at me like with her eyes, and her eyes are telling me like I'm scared, like opening up the doors. And I'm like, oh, the guy's right behind her. So I open up the door and she comes in, and then I see her that she doesn't even close the door behind her. So he walks in and I'm like telling them, I'm like, let's go to this other side. I kid you not, today I saw in the news that there was a guy that actually went and shot 13 people in the subway today, earlier in New York. And seeing the pictures is just blood all over the place. People got shot in the leg, in the chest, everything. I'm like, wow, like it is not safe in the subway.
I
Like people are
know.
acting up.
That is crazy. Like you were just experiencing that. Like that's pretty much a life and death situation because you don't know what's gonna happen. Especially someone
Yeah,
that's drunk and you were just there. Yeah, no, like that's some serious shit. Like
it
I
is.
would have been scared, but I'm like, yo, what should I do? Like that is crazy. Yeah, no, it's not safe going out. And yeah, about the
Yeah.
shooting. Yeah, I was just reading about it too as well. Like multiple people were shot, and unexplosive devices were found in New York City train station.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, what is going on? Like, it's so crazy. And it's like at the moment like that, it's like you're so scared because like damn, like you have your kids around, like you don't want nothing bad to happen to your kid. Like my son's over here standing behind me talking about I'm scared, mommy, I'm scared. And he's like breathing heavy. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm also scared at the same time. But it's like I'm the parent, I'm like the adult,
Yeah,
and it's like, I need to stand by and like make sure that I'm ready to like swing, like do whatever to make sure I protect my kids and
yeah,
stuff. So it's like it was just crazy. And then just hearing that on the news was just like, wow, like that could have been us. Like we could have been down there, and got shot up. Like, but it happened today instead of on Saturday when we went. But it's just
yeah.
crazy. You never know what can happen.
I know. So it says at least 5 people were shot Tuesday morning at a subway station in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that's crazy. Especially like you were saying, like your child, like your son, like being scared in that moment, and you have to like be brave for them, because you don't want
Yeah.
to show them that you're scared either, because then that's just gonna like freak everybody out. But
Yeah.
wow, I'm glad you guys are safe. Like that's
Yeah.
not that's not like something light. That's like it
Yeah.
could have it
And
could
it was
it could have went bad.
it was no little pocket knife. Like I kid you not, he had a knife like so big, and it was just like wow, like one hit, like he's definitely cutting into something real deep
Yeah,
type of thing. And it's
like
just
that,
crazy.
or even like
Yeah.
puncturing something is gonna go. I don't know
Yeah,
what I
that was
would have. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I can't even picture myself in that situation because I'm like thinking like one of us is like something. Oh no, I don't want to picture myself in that situation.
yeah.
No, I don't.
And especially like hearing people like running up the stairs, and it's like, oh, I wouldn't go down there if I was you. There's a guy with a knife, and these couples ended up going down the stairs, and we were already walking our way. My son turned around, he goes, no. And my son's only 8 years old. He was like, no. And then they still walked down there before he was able to tell them. And he was like, he turned around, he goes, they're just gonna die, mommy. And I'm just like, wow, like, man, like he shouldn't be experiencing this right
Yeah,
now. It was
yeah,
so sad.
yeah. But holy shit, we went into some deep, deep
Yes.
shit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Craziness. I'm telling you, people are some on some other level, lady. It's like, no mask mandate.
Yeah.
Even the mask mandates are dropping off for school, like
Yeah.
all this stuff, summertime, the nice weather's coming out. They just like don't know how to act. They've been like
Yeah.
secluded for so long. They're like, damn, like how is it to be outside? Let me act this way. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, how do you feel now that cuz I'm sure your son in school doesn't have to wear a mask anymore. Like how's it been for him? Has he told you like kids have been wearing masks, no mask?
I think this is the second day. They started yesterday,
Okay.
where they stopped putting mask on, but he hasn't really mentioned anything about it. But I don't know. I guess he likes it
Mm.
not wearing having to wear a mask, but at the same time they got so used to it. So
Yeah. Yep.
mm. Like
Yeah.
especially for kids, like they just like they think this is part of a life. Like versus kids that are like in the 12th grade already or 11th grade in high
Yeah.
school and stuff. They're
Yep.
just like, wow, like I went through middle school, I went through elementary school, I went through middle school, didn't have to wear a mask, and then like you have these elementary kids where it's like, wow, like this is like a part of life
I
at this point.
know, I know. You know
Yeah.
what? You know what I thought about? Like when you said that, my little nephew, because they just like I just seen them and they just grab the mask automatically and they put it on. It's kind of like to them it will be normal. Like going to school, like I always wear a mask. Like to them it's gonna be like, why are we not wearing masks? You know, because they
Yeah.
started. Yeah, it's crazy, but no, I'm pretty sure it's nice to see like actual people's faces and facial
Yep.
expressions and stuff like that. So I mean, we talked about it last week. We don't get into
Hmm.
depth now, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a good. I think the most important thing I'm pretty sure I said it last time was people's choice. Like let people choose.
Yeah.
You know what they want to do. But yeah, some story that you shared with me. You want to talk about it? Want me to talk about it?
Football player. He was like 24 years old. He passed away, and it was sad because like when you see someone so young pass away, it's just like, damn, like how did they pass away? Like what happened and stuff. But comes to find out, I guess he went jogging on the highway or near the highway, and someone had crashed into him.
Mm.
And the football coach was like, "Well, if he was in school, he wouldn't have to had to go jogging on the highway and gotten hit." And it's like, wow, like why are you like that? It's sad. Like he died. Like he is no longer on this earth. And you're over here talking about if he would have had been in school and not jogging on the highway, he would have been alive. Like, yes, nobody should be jogging on the highway, but you never know what his intentions were at all whatsoever. But at the same time, it's like you would think that people that have their driving card, that they would be aware of their surroundings, because you have to be aware. You have to be aware of yourself and other people around you as well, so that way you guys don't get into a car accident. Like,
Exactly.
you know.
We have to be
So it wasn't his
civilized,
fault.
people. We gotta be civilized. We gotta be coexist.
Yeah, he wasn't walking around the highway talking about hit
Yeah.
me, hit me. Like, no.
I mean, you see, just kind of like hitchhikers. You see hitchhikers on the highway. Sometimes when their car breaks down, they have a lane where it's a breakdown lane. Like people are broken down cars and people are jogging. So Dwayne Haskin, 24-year-old athlete, was struck and killed by a dump truck on Saturday while walking on the side of a highway in Florida. A graduate of Ohio State University, where he was named a Rose Bowl MVP in 2019. Hoskin plays for the Steelers and the Washington Commanders before his career was cut tragically short. So he was currently playing for the Washington Commanders? Huh. So the
It's sad.
so the coach.
Yeah, I think his first name is Gil or something like that.
Oh yeah, Gil. Yeah, that's right. Yep, Gil.
Yeah.
So he's 90 years old. He reacted to Hoskins' death on a radio show shortly after hearing the news for the first time. He said the athlete was living to be dead, so to speak.
That's sad.
Yeah. He also claims that the draft evaluators had criticized his work ethics, which he was looking to make the jump from the college football to NFL. So he was basically saying that he didn't have any good work ethics. So he also said it was one of those I'm not offsides, but they keep calling me for offsides. It's a tragic thing, anytime somebody dies, it's tragic, especially when you're 23 years old and you've got your whole life ahead of you. Maybe if he had stayed in school an extra year, he wouldn't do silly things. I guess that's the comment that he made to a
Like, who are you to make that comment though? And it's like, damn,
yeah. Like
like stupid.
like the last thing somebody wants to hear is negative criticism about somebody who's dying, especially when they're
Yeah.
grieving. Like there's a family that's grieving right now. Like you don't have to like say like, oh, if you would have done this, it would have been better. Like no, like nobody needs to hear that. Like like regardless of what like the situation is, a life is lost. Your comments will be forgotten and your things will be forgotten, but that person's absence will always be felt.
Yeah.
Like his comments will fade and his words won't mean anything, but the absence of that person is gonna be felt. So it's like keep your negative comments to yourself. If you got nothing nice to say, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Mind your business.
Exactly.
You don't have to say
Yeah,
anything about everything. You don't have to.
and
We don't.
I'm sure if it was his grandson, because he's 90 years old at this point, his kids will not be that young. But I'm sure if it was his grandson, he would have definitely not made that comment. He would have been like, "Wow, like my grandson just passed away. Like he was on the highway. Like why would someone hit my grandson?" But you know, like why are you making that comment? Like he passed away. His life is lost. He has family members that cared about him and are grieving him. Like why would you make that comment? Which is
Yeah.
it's sad seeing that.
People just sad. Like if people need to mind their own business, people always trying to be in everybody's business. Like mind your own.
Yes.
What about your ass?
Yes, right? 90 years old. If you already prepaid for a funeral expense,
What about your
shit.
diapers being changed? Where about that? Did you change your diapers? When was the last time you changed them?
I'm thinking about the Fall River guy.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
The
yes.
guy that he's originally from Fall Rivers and he had moved to like Georgia or something like that.
Yep.
He impregnated his 15-year-old daughter. Like, how disgusting is that? That's a disgrace. That
Yeah.
definitely is a disgrace. Like, how are you having sex with your own daughter? Like, that is your blood. Like, you created that. That came from you. What are you doing with your life? And it's just like, wow, like this girl's gonna have to live her life whether if she does decide to keep the baby, it's like she's gonna have to live the rest of her life looking at her son slash brother. Like, what?
Oh God. Yeah,
That
that is
is
sad. Because and the reason why I'm thinking about that sad is because you just brought up that situation, and I'm like, I don't know. I believe like I'm pro life, so it's like to abort it. But in that situation, like, how do you deal with that situation? Like you said, like for
yeah.
her, like how does she deal with that situation? Like you said, looking at her baby, I was like, yo, this is my son, but also my brother.
Yeah. And the baby looking at his mom and being like, this is my mom, but this is also my sister. Like, wow, like that is just mind blowing and crazy.
That's
Like, why would like
oh
that's
god. So yeah, I think he's Spanish too.
yes, he is Spanish. They're actually trying to transfer him back to Massachusetts from Georgia
Yep.
and have him trial over here. It's crazy. He's definitely gonna like live in prison being hated by other inmates and stuff because I know like in like when you go to jail and stuff, there's like I have not personally went to jail. No. I have
Yeah,
not
you
personally
gotta
went to jail.
clarify that because no people will watch this and be like, "Oh,
Yeah, no,
I know."
I've never been in the back of a cop car. I've never gotten like arrested or anything like that. But you know, the I've had heard stories that when you do go to jail, there's a lot of people that would pick on other people, and depending on what you're in there for, like you would get like beat up or like you know anything could happen to you if you like raped a child, if you did some like stupid messed up things type of
Mm,
deal. Like you're living hell
yep.
in jail because there's other people is gonna be like, wow, like there could be people there like that stole a car and they're looking at this person that raped a child and it's like, wow, like why would he rape a child though? Like
Yep.
type of deal. So
Yep.
they're definitely gonna get beat up in jail. So
Yeah.
he's definitely like yeah,
There's definitely been cases of people that have been like rapists and
yeah,
like and molesters that go to jail and people find out about it and they kill them right there. You know, they
Yeah.
beat him to death. Like I've seen like those like documentaries. 'Cause I like watching
Yeah.
documentaries, like history documentaries and all different type of things. And yeah, so oh god, your own daughter, man. How can you do that? That's like, especially like, oh god, I don't know, cuz I every time I think of like a dad and a daughter, I always think of like I don't know, I feel like girls are always like closer to their dads cuz it's like,
Yeah.
you know, like that's daddy's girl, and like
Yep.
I feel like boys are always closer to their mom. So it's like that's supposed to be like your little princess, you know,
Yeah.
like damn man,
Yeah.
13.
Four-
That's
She was
sad.
14. Yeah, she was 14
Oh, 14.
and
Oh yeah, 14.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't make a difference, but like yeah, she was 14 years old and it's just like so sad because like damn, like you took her from her virginity. Like that's something that, she should have experienced with somebody that she was willing to like lay down with and stuff, but you, her father, took that
Years
from
later.
yeah, years later. Let's say years later because nowadays these kids are just acting up too
They
as
be
well.
doing too
But
much right now. It's like, yo,
yeah,
relax.
yeah. But like at the same time, it's like, wow, like you're supposed to protect her. You're the
Yeah.
dad. You're supposed to protect her from this world, and here you are, like raping her. Like that's not good at all.
So his name is Garcia Ortiz. So he's wanted by Massachusetts, and like you said, he is So Garcia Ortiz was charged with 3 counts of rape, 3 counts of aggressive rape of a child, and 1 count of rape of a child with force.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, he should. Yeah, he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get his ass beat
Yeah, 100%. Wow. Like that's just he's gonna get his ass beat from people that
with
are in that
force.
have daughters, and they just
Yo,
be like, bro.
you deserve your face smashed in.
Yes, that's
Damn,
it's crazy.
this world is crazy, man. Ugh. So talking about crazy shit happening and everything. This Saturday, did you hear about what happened this Saturday on Plainfield Street? You did?
Yes.
Crazy
Yes. Oh
shit.
my
So
goodness.
the police responded to Plainfield Street at around 8 p.m. after getting reports of an attempted kidnapping. Kidnapping of like, all right. So officers from the Providence Police Department arrested a man after he tried to kidnap a group of juveniles in the city on Friday. Sorry, I thought it was on Saturday, but it's on Friday. So yeah, so apparently there was these kids selling candy, I think,
Hmm.
on the side. And I think
Yeah.
he like approached them. Hold on. I want to make sure I get the story straight. I don't want to say anything like that, but I don't know if he offered the kids candy or if the kids were selling candy and he approached them.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
I think so. What I've read was that the kids were selling candy themselves, but you never know because it's always like, kidnappers
Yeah.
always try to sell candies to the kids and be like, hey, I have free candy. Come here. Like,
For real.
but it's so weird because I think he's like 25 years old.
Yes.
Like, are
Yes.
you really trying to kidnap a 13-year-old and you're like 25 years old? Like, what's going on?
So so witnesses told the investigators that they had seen a man later identified as 25-year-old Hector Laros approached a group of juveniles trying to sell them candy. So he was trying to sell them candy. The group then began shouting that Laros was trying to kidnap them. One of the juveniles, a 13-year-old boy, told the police that Laros had approached the group and asked them if he wanted candy and a vape pen. Laros then tried grabbing the boy and dragging him into his vehicle. The rest of the group then started screaming.
That is crazy. Like, it's like I have so
Oh
many
my god.
questions.
What?
Like, you're 25 years old. It doesn't even say his nationality, but I think I saw a picture of him and he looks like,
I know.
I'm not even gonna say his nationality because I'm not
I
racist
know,
at all.
I
Like,
know,
I
I
don't
know.
wanna
That's
like,
why I was like,
you
yo, I don't
know,
want to say anything. I didn't even want to say anything about the last race of the other guy,
yeah.
the impregnated thing, because I was like, you know what, like, let's not socially categorize
Yes.
these criminals
Okay.
by their race. Let's just say these people are criminals. Let's just
Yeah.
identify them as criminals.
I didn't. So I don't want to bring up his race because he looks like a certain type of race. And in their country, these things happen. They do these things. And it's like for them it looks like this
True.
person came directly from their country, and they think it's okay for them to do it here in the United States of America. But in the United States of America, like, you touch me, we're screaming. Like,
Yep.
it's not like in the,
I
it's
don't
not
know
in the
you. You're not my dad.
yeah, like it's not in their country where it's like, oh my god, like scared type of deal. Or like, over there in like other countries, the authorities don't they're slow to react.
Yeah.
Here it's not slow to react. So it's like, I feel like maybe he thought it was okay for him to do it here in the United States of America. But then at the same time, it's like, wow, like he's 25 years old. Like, what does a 25-year-old want with a 13-year-old? Like, I know, it does happen where, like, rape and like child pornography and all this stuff like happens, but it's like, wow, like, you're 25 years old. Like, he's 1 year younger than me. I'm 26 years old. Like, I cannot picture myself trying to snatch a 13-year-old child. For what purpose?
When I read the headline about the man, because at first I said man, I didn't know the age. But when I saw the age, I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then I saw the person, and I'm like, "They're not from this country." And like you said, like maybe he was. It does happen in other countries. Maybe he was part of the people that did that. Because I think I read also that it was like a white van, or it was like some van. Oh, it
Oh
says
my
vehicle on
goodness.
here, but it was like, yo, that's like typical stuff that you would see. A white van,
Yeah,
snatch them out, throw them in the back. Is like, yo, that's stuff you see from like movies from like foreign countries. So it's like,
yes.
so yeah. So when I did see the person, I was like, not saying that it's normal, but I'm just saying like, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah, for sure. I remember when I was younger, in front of my dad's house, there was this like little, so he lives right next to Roger Williams Hospital. And Roger Williams Hospital had this like in the parking lot, had this like little tree and like area where the staff members would come and sit on their breaks. And it was right across the street from my dad's house. And I'm not sure, I probably was probably like 14 years old. I was in high school at this point, and I was playing around with my cousins and my brothers on this tree. And I remember that this white van pulled up, and they're staring at us playing on this tree. And if it wasn't for my grandmother coming out and saying, "What are you guys doing to these kids? Like, get out of here, leave. I'm gonna call the cops." And they, as soon as she said, "I'm gonna call the cops," they dipped like right away. And it's like, wow, like if it wasn't for her to come out, who knows what would have happened? We would have gotten snatched up, put into this white van, and it's always the white van. Like,
Yeah.
so I was watching The Ultimatum on Netflix,
Okay.
and The Ultimatum basically comes from the same creators of Love is Blind. I'm not sure if you ever saw Love is Blind or heard about it, where it's like Love is Blind, they get a bunch of like female candidates and a bunch of male candidates, and they put them in podcasts in like these little pods,
Okay.
and walk through a wall. And you're basically like trying to get to know that person through the wall, not seeing who they look like. And they'll propose, like the guy will propose to the female and say, like, "I love the conversations that we're having and blah blah. Like, I can see a future with you." And after they propose, they'll get to like see each other. Like, there's a wall, like they'll get dressed and whatever, and then like the walls will come up and they'll see each other, and they're like, oh, like whatever. And then after then they go to like this, resort, either Mexico or somewhere, and they like live together for 3 weeks. And then after that, it's like, damn, like, will you guys go to the altar and say yes or no? So it's the same creators as that, but the ultimatum is with couples that are already that have been together for a while, like 2 years, a year, and one of them gave an ultimatum, whether it's like, we're getting married, or if we're not getting married, like, I don't want to be with you. So they go on to this like retreat to see if they do want to get married, or to see if maybe they'll find, like, oh, maybe I don't want to get married with this person, and we'll end the relationship. So it's either marry or move on. So these couples are going on to this like retreat, and then these couples are starting to like become single, and they start dating other people's like like couples and stuff, and like they live with them for 3 weeks, and then they
Did
go
it?
live with the couple that 3 weeks after they live with the couple that the person that they came in there with, and then they had to be like, do you want to marry this person or do you not want to marry this person? Did you find another relationship here that you got like, you know, like you basically like, you know, you feel like you guys can actually like get along better than your current relationship. So I'm I'm already at the last episode. I'm waiting until it to come out. It just came out today, Wednesday, April 13th. It just came out today, so I definitely gotta see it.
You gotta catch up on it, right?
Yes.
You were so busy today. You gotta catch up on it.
Yes.
What time is it on?
It's already been released, but I've been like so busy today, like the whole like working and taking kids to the park, like seeing all these people like get pulled over, the fire trucks everywhere, and now the podcast. Well, I'm
Busy,
definitely
busy,
gonna see
busy.
it. Yes.
Oh man. Oh no, I have to watch it. That sounds it sounds crazy. I feel like you know what these damn whoever these producers are, they know how to make these reality TV shows because
Yes.
you know that there's gonna be some special as fuck, and it's gonna put people in a situation where it's gonna be dramatic. Like how are you gonna leave the person that you were with for like so long for
Yes.
something that's like so it's like tempting you, but it's like getting you every moment on camera so we can make like millions of dollars off of it.
Yeah, and they
That's
actually
crazy.
they had them take a test, right? And like the test is basically on things that they like and like stuff like that where it's like they know that person, so they got couples that were compatible with other people.
Mm.
So they did it on purpose. But one of the things that I like about the ultimatum, I kid you not, this is like the first like show that I've ever like seen where it feels like they didn't even edit it. Like it was just real reactions, real feelings from these people. Like, a lot of shows that they'll like edit like things
Yeah.
that are good to catch people's attentions, but this show was like not filtered at all. Like these are people's real true feelings, how they feel about the situation, what's going on in that hand. It didn't feel edited at all. And I'm like, wow, like you can appreciate that because like, there are people out there thinking like, wow, like I'm in a relationship with somebody and I want to get married or like whatever it is that like they can relate to these people because they're saying things that are so true and these are true feelings that people are actually feeling versus like being edited and
Yeah.
I liked it. I really did like it.
I gotta check it out. Ultimatum, right? On
The
Netflix?
ultimatum. Yep.
The Ultimatum.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
It was.
You got me on camera acting a fool over here with all this shit and temptations. I bet you they
Yeah.
have like they probably have to win like you can probably win like because I forgot what show I watched. You win like dates with them. You get like one-on-ones and like
Yeah.
romantic dinners. I'm pretty sure they let you do that with other people there. So it's like yo,
Yeah.
you're already like set in the mood and everything. It's just like
Yeah. You basically live with that person for 3 weeks. Like you get a whole apartment. You guys just bring your suitcase and whatever you
oh
guys
god.
brought, and you live with them for 3 weeks. And like if you're in a state where it's like your state and you're originally from there,
Yeah.
you go to work, you come back, like you go party, like whatever it is that you would normally do on like on a day-to-day basis in your state, because you're still in that place.
Mm.
Like they're still doing that. So it's like feels realistically, like versus like other shows where I see like they'll put them in this like place and they don't leave and they just like learn to react with people
Yeah.
there in place and not go out. But this I don't know. This show is definitely like the closest to like the realest thing ever possible.
Wow. So
Like,
that's weird. So they don't live like in a mansion like all these other shows like a Bachelor
no,
or nothing like that. They
they live in a studio apartment. Each couple lives in a little studio apartment, and if they live in that state, they go out. They do, go to work, come back, whatever, blah blah. But they live in like this little studio apartment. Like if you guys were legitimate like couples and living together, and then after 3 weeks, you go back to the person that you originally came with on the show, and it's like now they're trying to test you. Like, okay, now you live with this person that's compatible with you, right? And you experience all these feelings and all these thoughts and all this other stuff, and now you're back with the person that you originally came on the show with, and you're like, damn, like, do I want to be in a relationship with you after I just experienced this good ass relationship?
You know that is the devil's work. That is the that is the devil's work with temptation.
Yes.
I'm saying it because Yeah, and then you know what? They just sit there with the camera, you bawling your eyes out, you crying your feelings out, and they're like, "Roll the tape, keep rolling."
Yeah, but
Get her
I
tears
like
coming
it.
down.
Like,
I know, it's addicting because it's like realistic. But I'm like,
yes,
these people that are making money out of it, like they're smart. They know what to get it. But
yes.
that is crazy. So what happens to the people that don't live in that state? Do they have to find jobs there, or do
No, no, they just stay
they just
in
live there?
yeah, they just live there, or they'll like if they do find something to do, like go to the gym or whatever, like they'll like adapt to it and like do little things like that. But it's just crazy. Like
Mm-mm.
I don't want to spoil it at all, but there was this like one little scene where they're in the table. And so basically when they first come on, they come on with their partner
Yep.
and then they let them for like a whole week or something or 3 days chill around with everybody. And like you basically like talk to the other couples and like try to connect with them. And then there's a scene where they all sit in the table and they're like asking them like who would you pick to live with you for the next 3 weeks, right? And it's just so crazy because they're like, "Oh, I caught a connection with so and so," and their girlfriend is sitting right there, and it's like, "Yeah, I can see a future with
Oh,
this
you
person."
did? You did?
Yes,
What
yes,
kind of
and you
connect?
yes, and you actually saw those reactions, like
Oh my
guilty
god.
or like feeling some type of way. And it's like I loved it because like it was so fucking real. There was like one point where there was this guy, like he stood up, he's like, "Wow, like I had a real connection with you and blah blah. I want to see how where things go with us." And her partner that she came with got up and went up to her and said, "Will you marry me? I know that you gave me an ultimatum, but would you marry me?" Like so that way she doesn't actually go
Yeah.
live with a partner and he takes it take that like they take her away from him.
Yep.
But that's because the two people that he had his eyes on basically like brushed him off and like said, "Oh, I would want to pick this person." So
Yeah.
he was like, "Damn, like there's
Uh,
nobody else for me, so I'm gonna go to my woman and be like, I know
yep.
you wanted to have kids and I mean I know I wanted to have kids and you don't want to have kids, but I don't care about that." And I'm like, wow.
He's like, please, I got rejected by the two people that I wanted. Please don't do
Yes,
it. Marry me now.
yes,
Please don't
yes,
go. Please don't go. Yeah. Oh, hell
yes.
no.
And people were being realistic with her. Like the other girls was like, "Damn, like if you don't see how he's manipulating you right now because he had options and now he doesn't have no options no more, so he's gonna go to you.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
I know you're here for true love, and this is part of the experience. So make sure that you are gonna be with that person that you're with." And it's just so real. Like people were giving real shit. Like I don't know. Like
You
it was
know
the
what?
realest.
I'm not really good on spoilers, but you just sold me on that damn story. Now I really want to know what happened. Can you please tell me? Can you please? We can mute this out for anybody watching. But you just sold the shit out of that show to me. Cause my ass, right after we're done here, I'm gonna hop on Netflix. I'm gonna check one of those episodes out. Cause that shit sounds so crazy as shit. And
Yes.
I don't really watch reality TV shows, but I really want to see like something like this. Cause it's crazy. Like but yeah, so what happened?
Nah, it just
Did she go?
not she did.
She didn't?
No, but it's just so real because like people have true feelings. Like
Yeah.
there was at one point that this candidate was like with one of like talking to somebody else and he was like stopping the whole conversation. He's like, what the fuck is so funny for her over there? Like looking like hearing his girlfriend talking to somebody else and laughing like what the fuck does she think is so funny
Yeah.
over there? Like,
Yeah.
like, and these are things that truly happen. Like, people get jealous and stuff. And I don't know. This show was legitimate, did not cut out feelings. Like, it was just the realest thoughts, realest feelings, like everything. And it's just like makes you think it's just like, damn, like, I was ready to give my man an ultimatum. I'm like, damn, I'm about to go on the show.
Baby, on your passport, just in case they send us to Mexico, we gonna go. I'm signing us up.
Right?
Have your passport ready, just in case we gonna go on. Oh man. All right, so it is time to play a game. We are close to the ending of the night. And we already know how we do our games here. We gonna put that wheel up on the screen. Just give it a little second. For those people tuning in today for the first time, we have a wheel of games. Whatever the wheel lands on is the game we will end an episode with. Let's get spinning on the wheel. Let's go. Let's see. Hopefully, not 7 seconds. We've played that twice in a row already. Let's see if this thing is rigged or not. Let's see. Let's spin. What is it on? And let's go. It is. Spit or swallow. Oh God. Ah. Oh God. All right. So spit and swallow sounds dirty, but it's a drink. So for all you dirty-minded people out there, relax. No, no, sir. It does, but no, spit and swallow. So basically, there's gonna be some questions, and you can decide whether you wanna take, you wanna spit out the truth, spit out the answer, or you wanna swallow your drink instead. That's why it's called spit or swallow. So questions are randomly going to pop up in the screen. We're going to take turns answer the questions, or should we answer them each? Like one question and we both have to answer it, or should we take turns answering like different questions?
I think we should both answer the question.
All right. Let's go. First question on the board is, if you suddenly became invisible, what would you do to your crush?
Okay, I'll go first.
Oh God! All right, go ahead.
If I became invisible, I would pretend to whisper things in my crush's ear, saying she's the one for you, Michelle. The one for you. So I can like make him think that I am the one for him.
Mom, is that voice again in my ear?
Right?
It's talking to me. I don't know what it is. It's telling me to look for Michelle.
Who is Michelle?
Who's Michelle? I gotta find her. Something's telling me.
She's the girl that's wearing green pants today and a black shirt.
She's wearing green pants. This is your conscious. I'm telling you. Go talk to her. She's very pretty, intelligent, and smart. Well, intelligent and smart, the same thing. I don't know why I said that, but I would. What would I do if I got invisible and was? I don't know. I feel like no matter what you do, is like, I don't know, like probably just chill with them, maybe whisper in our ear too. Hey, it's me. It's me again. Like, you're conscious.
Or maybe like figure out what they're into, so that way you can like try to do the same thing.
Yes.
Like, you know,
sit there, take notes. You know, right? oh, she likes this. She wishes this. You know. Yeah. Or he. No, whatever. I don't know anybody. All right, ready, set. Next question in spit or swallow. Let's go. It is. Okay. On the screen now. Did you ever practice kissing yourself in the mirror?
No. Never practiced kissing myself in the mirror.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that?
No, I've never practiced kissing myself in the mirror, but I have practiced like having conversations with people in the mirror. To, like, you know, like just sort of like practicing.
Then your parents walk in and be like, "Oh my God, she is crazy. Right? She's talking to herself in the mirror. How you doing? I'm good." No, I never tried pretend kissing in the mirror. Like, what do you say? Like, when I think about that, I think about, have you ever watched Superstar? The movie Superstar?
No.
Is this, well, I don't want to say it, but you should watch it. I don't want to say, like, mentally what the person probably is, but you should definitely watch it. It's a comedy movie. It's all people from, like, Saturday Night Lives, like, back in the day. But it's funny, and one scene she's kissing a tree, and I just pictured, like, that's what I pictured when I asked if I ever practiced kissing myself in the mirror. No, I have not. All right, next question on the board. Let's go. All right. Next question. Do you ever clear your browser history and why? I I clear my cookies. So you gonna drink? Okay, okay, go ahead. My phone slows down, and because I use my phone a lot for a lot. Like I do this podcast with my phone. I do other stuff, all of the videos with my phone. So I have a lot of data on my phone. So I'm constantly clearing cookies, and everything, because I feel my phone is so slow. So yes, that's why I do clear my history, and that's why. Michelle chose to drink. We will not ask questions. We will just leave that shit leave that shit alone. Mind your damn business. All right, next question. Oh God. Okay. Some of these questions. Have you ever cleaned? Yeah. Have you ever cleaned your lips before? Well, before you kiss somebody, do you clean your lips? I don't know. I didn't know how to read that. Like, what do you mean clean your lips? Like you lick your lips?
Mm, maybe they like talking about like exfoliating your lips and stuff. I don't know about
Maybe I don't
exfoliating your lips before
know.
kissing, but you want to make sure you have your teeth like clean, like brushed teeth. Like you don't want no bad breath kissing nobody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like I don't know. Maybe like licking your lips. Maybe that's what they mean. I do. I have licked my lips before kissing, so maybe yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You want to give the
No, I get
juicy
no.
ass.
Yeah.
That's it. Not no dry deserts,
Dry desert, crusty ass lips, like you were just outside freezing cold.
right?
Fucking little daggers coming at your lips, stabbing you
Right,
when they come to you.
right. Kissing sandpaper.
Mm-mm. Nah, not for me. All right, let's go. Next question. Okay. Did you ever touch your own poop?
Oh,
No, I have not touched my own poop.
ew.
Like, ooh, let me see if I can dunk it. Let me see if I can dink it.
Right?
Ew, gross. No,
Yeah, nah.
no, 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 no.
No. I must say that there was a time when I was young. My parents took us to, well, my dad and my stepmom took us to Canopy Lake,
Okay.
and
Oh
we
yeah.
also went to Water Country.
Yep.
So because Water Country and Canopy Lake, they're like in the kind of the same state. Well, in the same state, but nearby each other. Um, there was a hotel that we always used to get every year, and there was a jacuzzi, and my little brother pooped inside of the jacuzzi, and my older, like, my stepbrother was like, oh, he was with his goggles. He was like, yo, I see something brown in the bottom. Everybody's like, that's poop. And he was like, that's chocolate. That's chocolate. He
What?
literally dove down to the bottom of the jacuzzi and picked it up and was like, this is chocolate. And they were like, nah.
Oh God,
He
no,
smelled it. He was like, yeah.
bro, that is not chocolate.
Yes, it was nasty.
Nobody brings chocolate to the jacuzzi.
Yes, it was nasty.
Oh God, no. Honestly, that's why I'm like public pools. No, I can't go in public pools. I don't
People be
know.
peeing.
I don't know whose kids be going there, who children, what kids you sending to the pool. So, and I've cleaned pools before, and it's like, yeah,
He's like, nah.
yeah, nah. You send your little 6-year-old that looks like they just woke up without taking a shower. Nah.
No.
All right, let's go. 2 more. If you gender swapped for one day, what would you do? What would be the first thing you would do if you gender swapped for a day?
All right, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not lesbian or anything or would be a transvestite or at all. Like I enjoy people that are
Yeah.
because I feel like their spirit is way more like they're just more fun and loving and accepting than regular people, and I love being around them.
Nope.
I don't have anything against them. Me personally, I do not want to be a transvestite, but if I was to switch genders, I would love getting dressed in boy clothes. I love boy clothes. Like,
Mm.
I love the fact that I have a son and I can dress him up in boy clothes because I love the sweatpants. Like, I love, like, I don't know, I just love boy clothes. Like,
Yep.
girls have a big variety, but it's just different. Like, boys' clothes is the shit.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, I can tell that you like because your son be looking like he's like a little model sometimes. Even with like
Yeah.
his haircut, I'd be like, yo, it's like a little GQ over there. Like I know you be styling him up. So yeah, no,
I love
okay, yeah, dressed up. Me, I don't know what would be the first thing I would do. What would be the first thing I would do? I don't know. Walk around. I don't know.
Walk around.
I don't know. I'm trying to picture myself like what would be the first thing? Like I don't know. Like what would you do? I don't know. I feel like I'd be in shock. Like I just don't. I wouldn't know what to like where to begin. Like I don't know. I wouldn't know where to begin. I feel like I don't
You'll
know.
be in shock. You'll be like touching your body parts, like, what?
I'd be like
What?
I'd be like hold. I'm. You know what movie I'm trying to think about? Hot Chick. Have you seen Hot
Yes.
Chick?
Is it hot chicks or white chicks?
No, White Chicks is with the Wayne's brother when they
Oh
painted
yeah, yeah.
themselves. Hot Chick is when there's an earring and each one of them put it on and they swap bodies. Like
Oh,
it's a girl and a boy. Yeah. So he finds one. He's like a thief or something like that. And he finds this gold earring and he puts it on and she puts it on her trying it on like and it's like some Egyptian thing with some like spell on it or something like that.
yeah.
So when they wake up in each other's bodies, and they're trying to figure out like where the other person is, so they can get the earring back and swap bodies
That's
again.
crazy.
But
I have to watch
it
it.
is hilarious. If you're gonna stay up for a little bit and you have some time, definitely watch it. It is funny
Yeah.
because then you see that the guy he's in the guy body, but he still has that like he's still the girl, but in the girl's body, so he acts like a girl, but it's like it's funny. And so like she tries to flirt with other guys as the guy body, and they're looking at him like,
Yeah.
and she's like, "What? What?" And forgetting that she's in the guy body.
Yeah.
So, but it's
Oh
definitely
no, I'm
funny.
definitely gonna have to watch it. That
Yes,
seems like a cool show.
hot chicks. I'll put it on the screen right now so people can see the cover for it. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Funny ass movie. Last one. Let's go. If you was if you were asked to select one person as your partner for one day, and you both will be left on an island, who would you pick?
A partner on the island. Hmm. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with my boyfriend because we get along so
I
well.
was gonna say, just drink so you don't get in trouble. Just drink. See, that's why I was laughing.
No. I feel like I'll pick my boyfriend because like we get along so well, like extremely well, and like I don't know, I just feel like no matter where we're at or
Mm,
what we're doing, we'll always find something to like do or have fun. Like we
yep.
can legit sit there in silence and we'll be like okay with it type of deal. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
good
gonna pick him.
chemistry. That's good chemistry. I am gonna choose to drink because I don't want to get in trouble.
There.
All right. Nah, I'm kidding, but yeah. All right. Well, that was a good game. I'm glad we got to play something different. We usually play 7 seconds or the other game, so I'm glad that we all worked in our favor today. Thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight. We love the support. We see you on YouTube. We see you over here. We see you in the DMs, sending those messages. But yeah, we're gonna end the night tonight. Michelle, any last words? Any last
Yeah.
words, Michelle?
If you're out the circle, you better put yourself in the circle.
Yes. I don't think you said that in the beginning. We're used to saying that. I'm used to you hearing that. I don't think you said that in the beginning, did you? Maybe.
I
You
did.
did. Alright, you did. Alright. I was like, shit. We've been on for a while, so I was like, I don't remember what happened a while ago. But definitely tune in. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday. Definitely check us out on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Facebook. You can find us both individually on Facebook and both individually on Instagram. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube page. Share it with your mama. Share it with your daddy. Share it with your hookup. Share it with your side piece. Share it with everyone you know. Tune in next Wednesday. We got a guest coming on next Wednesday, but I forgot to introduce him. But it'll be a surprise. So F you guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you. Peace.
Peace out. I'm like, wait, no, peace.